From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Wednesday morning. We're still tracking multiple fires within the region, so we'll go ahead and get started in Yakima County with the Retreat Fire. This one is now 53% contained, so it's good news that we broke that 50% threshold. But look at this, several active hotspots still on the map here, mainly to the north, in fact, exclusively to the north of Highway 12. So we still got a long way to go with that one. And there still are level 3 evacuations in place with this one. Also the level 1 evacuation in place in the area of Titan and Cowiche. So you can find these areas listed online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Now into the Lone Rock Fire, which at certain points has been burning in Morrow County and Wheeler County and Gillum County. This thing is now 92% contained. We didn't get an update with containment or acreage yesterday, so I guess in this case, no news is good news. And then with the Battle Mountain Complex, this thing consists of 2 fires, but obviously it's the Monkey Creek Fire that is carrying all of its weight. It's now almost 40% contained, so some good news there, but still multiple level 3, level 2, and level 1 evacuations in place for this complex of fires. Again, you can find all this information listed online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. And I'll show you what this is doing to our air quality coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, the first round of results are in for this year's Washington primary election. We have the latest numbers.
And a Washington man wanted for murder, assault, and a drive-by shooting has been arrested by U.S. Marshals. We have the details on the still developing story. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Dallal.
And I'm Jill Sperling. It is Wednesday, August 7th. Yesterday was a big day. It was primary the election. It was also National Night Out. And I know that we have some visuals from the SELA event that took place last night. But the big story, of course, was the election. So we have the first round of results in for this year's Washington primary election. The top 2 candidates in each race will move on to the general election in November.
So let's take a look at the local and statewide numbers, and we'll be showing you the top 2 candidates. So for District 4, we're currently seeing Congressman Dan Newhouse from Sunnyside running for re-election, and he's facing competition from Jared Sessler of Prosser and Tiffany Smiley from Pasco. So Jared Sessler is currently winning with 30%, and incumbent Dan Newhouse has 25%. Smiley so far is finishing third with 20%, and those numbers are subject to change. So keep an eye on our website, as we will have the most up-to-date numbers there.
Over in Walla Walla County for Commissioner in District 1, Bertha Clayton leads with 66%. Jenny Mayberry comes in second with 34%.
Heading to Franklin County for Commissioner in District 2, former Pasco Mayor Blanche Barajas is up against current Commissioner Rocky Mullen, who came in first with 64%, and Barajas has received 36%.
In the race for Washington's governor, 2 candidates have pulled well ahead of the rest. Attorney General Bob Ferguson and former King County Sheriff Dave Reichert making it through to the general election.
Here's a look at the most up-to-date numbers from last night. So Ferguson far ahead at number 1 on the charts. He collected around 46% of votes, and Reichert earned 28%.
With more on the governor's race, here's Jordan Smith.
The stage is set in the race to become Washington's next governor. Voters will choose between the state's Attorney General of the past 12 years and the former King County Sheriff who nabbed the Green River Killer and also spent 14 years in Congress. 2 candidates with a strong background in law enforcement have placed public safety at the forefront of their campaigns. So what should voters expect this November? Ferguson has promised voters to raise the number of police and first responder units across the state and invest $1 billion in drug treatment centers statewide.
On my watch, everyone was accountable.
Reichert is preaching accountability, a no one is above the law approach, leaning into his more than 2 decades in law enforcement. Ferguson recently attacked Reichert in a political ad saying Reichert voted in favor of a nationwide abortion ban 3 separate times while in Congress. Reichert responded, saying the bills he voted in favor of had language that was not too different from Washington's current abortion laws. But he promised if he was elected governor not to alter the right to an abortion here in the Evergreen State.
As for GOP-endorsed candidate Semi Bird, he won less than 10% of votes statewide.
And we'll have more election results in our next half hour. But to see more up-to-date results, head to our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Moving on now to a crime alert. The Walla Walla Police Department is asking for information on a shooting hoax that happened Monday.
Authorities say a person called in saying they had shot 2 people, but when police got to the scene, nothing was there. If you can help, call non-emergency dispatch.
A man who is wanted for murder, assault, and a drive-by shooting has been arrested by U.S. Marshals. Christopher Valley Maciel has been wanted out of Moses Lake. He was arrested in Riverside County, California yesterday.
Now, the shooting happened on November 12th of 2023 in the area of Montlake Park in Grant County. Authorities say Valley Maciel left the scene when the shooting happened to avoid capture. Now, this is a developing story, so we'll keep you updated once we know more.
In community event news, it was National Night Out last night, and communities across our regions were celebrating.
So here's the scene from SELA last night, a gathering at Wixon Park. So there was a meet and greet with SELA firefighters, police officers, the National Guard, the Yakima Training Center Bomb Squad, also sheriff's deputies, and Washington State Patrol. There were also local businesses providing free hot dogs and drinks, and there were games and activities for children.
A traffic alert for Richland residents today. The city is starting road preparations in central Richland for this year's microsurfacing pavement preservation project.
Now, microsurfacing is a mixture similar to a slurry seal that helps extend the life of existing asphalt and seal it from the effects of water and sun. So when it's applied, the street will have to close for part of the day, so it will affect commuters.
Residents will be given notices before work is done on their particular street, and no parking signs will be posted a few days before.
It's also county fair season.
Yes, and 2 big events are starting today. In Oregon, the Umatilla County Fair starts today. It's taking place at the fairgrounds in Hermiston through Saturday.
Now, this includes a concert series, 4-H, FFA, and open class exhibitions, family entertainment, and vendors, and it starts at 10 a.m. each day.
And the Yakima Valley Fair and Rodeo also starts today. The fair features 4-H and FFA youth livestock competition and sale, an open class barn, and various vendors and entertainment.
Events start at 8 this morning, and the fair runs through Saturday.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, new details on the Boeing door plug that blew off a plane flying over Oregon. We have what was uncovered at the latest hearing next.
And first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Danny was rear-ended by a semi-truck. Serious injuries.
The back end was in the back seat. There was nothing left of the rear.
Danny was in pain, and the insurance company was giving him the runaround.
Mariano's reputation and experience gave him an advantage over the insurance company that I didn't have. I felt very comforted. I felt like I was going to be taken care of, that I didn't have to worry about it.
The insurance company couldn't run around me, and Daniel got paid a lot.
He lives up to his reputation, which is somebody who gets results.
Call 853-2222.
STCU is pleased to support Apple Valley News Now's Restaurant Showdown.
With more than 5,000 votes, we're down to the final 4 restaurants. The semifinal round of voting starts soon, so stay tuned. A big thank you to our sponsors, STCU, Les Schwab Tires, and Whitman Hill Winery.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,850 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Take good care of you, Bruce Heating and Air.
It's Mr. Mattress's Overstock Summer Liquidation Sale. Discover luxurious mattresses, bedding, pillows, and more at sale prices. Experience unmatched comfort with free delivery on local orders in the Tri-Cities. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to upgrade your sleep. Shop now and enjoy comfort at amazing prices. Visit Mr. Mattress at 1395 George Washington Way in Richland to upgrade your nights with quality and comfort. Mr. Mattress Overstock Summer Liquidation Sale.
Columbia Ability Alliance needs your support August 7th and 8th during the Giving Blitz. Your donations unlock matching sponsor funds, maximizing impact for those with disabilities and barriers. Text BLITZ to 44834 or visit ColumbiaAbilityAlliance.com/blitz to donate.
The savings continue with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Save $20 on a Coleman 4-person Skydome tent, now just $49.99. Save on a Yoli Klamath Easy Lift 10x10 canopy. Purina Layina 40-pound crumble or pellet feed is just $14.99. Plus, spring and summer apparel is up to 50% off. Find our latest mailer online or pick one up in store today at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest, homegrown, honest values.
Hello there. Watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're tracking two different plumes of smoke for this morning. Here's plume number 1 that is covering a lot of Franklin County, and the thickest corridor of smoke is in Walla Walla County, Umatilla County, and that southern portion of Morrow County. So within these areas, sporting an N95 mask this morning would not be the worst idea on the planet, especially if you already suffer from a pre-existing respiratory illness, or if just, in general, if you're in one of those sensitive groups. This other plume of smoke is from the Retreat fire, and it's burning in some familiar locations in Yakima County off of Highway 12, and some of that thickest smoke is getting into the West Valley. Let's show you what happens with the smoke a little bit later in the day with our smoke forecast graphic. We're going to put this into motion, and overall for today, the haze and the smoke will be much thicker as opposed to the haze and the smoke that we had just yesterday. So that's going to be the story. That's going to be the gist for today. But watch what happens into tomorrow. It's going to be a bit of a good news, bad news situation. The good news, a lot of smoke clearing out of here because of winds from the east. The bad news, that is going to bring a lot of dry air into our region, which will up the ante when it comes to fire risk. So with all of that I just showed you in mind, keep in mind that we have an air quality alert that's still in place until further notice for Yakima County. Here's your hour by hour for today for the Tri-Cities. High temperatures reaching up into the mid to upper 90s, so we'll be fairly seasonal for early August. Thankfully, we trend cooler as we head into next week. I'll tell you just how cool coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In our business headlines now, we're learning more about that midair nightmare from earlier this year when a door panel blew off a plane flying over Oregon. Boeing now in the spotlight during a new hearing in Washington. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley with more.
New insight into the chaos on this Alaska Airlines flight when a door panel blew off the Boeing jet at 16,000 feet due to missing bolts. Crew members revealing they thought passengers had been sucked out. The captain not even aware there was a hole in the plane until after landing, saying, "I knew there was something wrong. I had no idea if it was a hole, if it was a window, if it was a main cabin door."
This is the first time we got to hear what really went on in that cabin. And the testimony is extraordinary. Think about that, an explosive decompression. The noise was so loud, the roar, so that the flight attendants couldn't communicate with each other. They couldn't communicate with the cockpit.
The revelations coming during a new hearing on the incident.
This isn't a PR campaign for Boeing. What is very confusing for a lot of people who are watching, who are listening, is what was going on then.
Transcript from Boeing employees questioned by investigators paint a hectic and disorganized picture of Boeing and its supplier, Spirit Aerosystems, describing planes on the factory floor with defects.
One Boeing employee, not a contractor, said, "Planes come in jacked up every day. Planes come in jacked up every day. Meaning you were, at the time, receiving quote-unquote jacked up planes.
Boeing says it made changes to boost safety, including a new design for the part that blew out on that Alaska Airlines flight. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
A final report on the door panel blowout could take 18 months. In more business news, Disney's streaming services are about to get a little more expensive. The media company announced price hikes across the board for its services Disney+, Hulu, and ESPN+. Beginning October 17th, U.S. subscribers to Disney+ will have to pay $2 more per month for its plans. Meanwhile, Hulu's ad-supported plan will also increase $2 a month, and its ad-free plan will rise by $1. And ESPN Plus will also rise by $1 per month. Along with the price hikes, Disney said it would also add new features to Disney Plus. Ahead of the 2024 presidential election, all Disney Plus subscribers will get access to ABC News Live and a continuous playlist of content aimed at preschool-aged kids. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, gardeners will want to listen to this. The EPA has put an emergency ban on a common weed killer, making this the first time the agency has used its emergency suspension authority in 40 years. Details when we come back.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider. So switch to Spectrum and get a powerful network that connects nearly 500 million devices.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with free modem, no data caps, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee when you level up to a gig. Call 1-855-735-1336 or scan to call.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming with the most reliable internet speeds. Get a powerful network that millions of customers rely on. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month with 99.9% network reliability, no added taxes or hidden fees, and no contracts. Plus, save with our 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-735-1336.
Call now.
Don't miss the biggest party of the summer, August 20th through 24th at the Benton Franklin Fair Summer Concert Series, featuring country star Craig Morgan, music legends The Beach Boys, baritone sensation Josh Turner, alternative rock masters Goo Goo Dolls, and Mexican banda icons La Original Banda El Limon. More of the outdoor entertainment you love. That's why it's the best week of summer. Get your tickets at www.bentonfranklinfair.com.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Yakima's rockin' as Apple Valley News Now welcomes Downtown Summer Nights each Thursday through August 22nd. Music, food, drinks, a kid zone, and so much more. Plus, I'll be live August 15th, so join me for Downtown Summer Night.
What's my snoring sound like? Just
like that. Next live, Blake Lively from It Ends With Us. Plus, Travel 101 with the Points Guy.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at applevalleynewsnow.com and our mobile apps.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your health headlines, we have an alert for dog owners and swimmers. So the Ben Franklin Health District released the results of a water sample test yesterday, which detected toxins at Leslie Grove Swim Beach and Howard Amon Park in Richland. The latest test was done on July 22nd, and reminder that toxic algae can be harmful to your health and deadly for your pet. BFHD says August is the peak season for toxic blooms, especially in the Columbia River. So do keep that in mind, and we'll notify you when things change. In more health news, gardeners need to listen up to this. The United States Environment Protection Agency is taking a common weed killer off the market. So the EPA has issued an emergency suspension of DCPA, also known as Dactyl. It's an herbicide used to control weeds in grasses and crops, particularly greens like kale and broccoli. The suspension comes after the agency cited a serious risk to pregnant women and their unborn babies who are exposed to the chemical. The exposure can alter fetal thyroid hormone levels, result in low birth weight, and cause other developmental issues. The agency said levels may remain unsafe for 25 days or more after application. Within the next 90 days, the EPA plans to issue a notice of intent to cancel DCPA products. And this is the first time the EPA has issued its emergency suspension authority in 40 years. Now, strengthening your leg muscles could help you eliminate or slow down the progression of knee arthritis. That's according to a recent study published in the medical journal JAMA Network Open. So researchers studied over 5,000 people in the Netherlands. They found that those with lower muscle mass in their legs had an increased risk for developing knee osteoarthritis. That's because greater muscle mass can protect and cushion the knee, and the findings are important, A study published in the journal Experimental and Therapeutic Medicine found that knee osteoarthritis is associated with a high rate of death and disability, and those most at risk are older adults, women, and those who are overweight. Participating in sports like soccer, tennis, and long-distance running also increases risk, as well as genetics and previous knee injuries. Surgery to correct the condition is very common in the U.S., with about 790,000 people undergoing the procedure each year. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the MTV VMA nominations are out, and we have who the big nominees are. We'll take a look at those in your entertainment headlines when we come back.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
An urgent care is just a standalone doctor's office. We're not a primary care, we're not a hospital, but we're here for you when you need us.
We have providers that are here for 12 hours at a time from 8 to 8. That allows people to be able to get in at a timely manner when they are sick.
Here at Health First Urgent Care, we're a little bit different than the other offices in just in terms of we want to make sure that we have short wait times for all of our patients. We want to make sure that every single patient that comes in and out of here is treated like family, and we are locally owned. We have a local interest. All of our workforce is here locally.
We are Health First Urgent Care. Come see us today.
You can get the health care you need when you need it. Health First Urgent Care, because your well-being comes first.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Hermiston, Road 68 in Pasco, and at the new location on West Court Street in Pasco. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. at all 6 locations. Get the lowest prices on the largest selection of vape mods, classic to tropical vape flavors, batteries, cigars, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Don't waste time in other places. Go to Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're seeing temperatures out there this morning that are either in the 50s or 60s, 57 for Tri-Cities, 54 for Ellensburg, 65 for Toppenish. So I'm thinking probably about 50 to 60% of us out there this morning would probably need a light jacket. That will not be necessary a little bit later today, as we'll have temperatures in the 90s, just a few degrees above average for this time of the year. It's going to be a lot more haze and smoke up in the sky for today as opposed to yesterday, and the winds should overall be pretty light. And then for tonight, still pretty light winds overall. The haze and smoke situation is going to stay the same. Overnight lows will drop off into the 60s, so it should end up being a pretty comfortable evening. Okay, our temperatures are going to hold pretty firm into Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. More seasonal by Monday, maybe a little sub-seasonal by Tuesday. 89 degrees. Let's just get this straight for a second, okay? This is still very warm, but it is at least below average for a change. We'll certainly take that. On to thunderstorm chances now, as we're not expecting anything for today or for tomorrow, but we do have small thunderstorm chances coming back into the forecast for Friday through Tuesday. Looks like models are starting to coalesce around Saturday as being the day that provides the most favorable thunderstorm chances. And so, of course, we are concerned about fire starts during this time frame, so we'll continue to monitor just how dry the vegetation actually is during this time frame. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We'll have haze thinning by tomorrow, a little thunderstorm chance for Saturday, and cooler by Monday and Tuesday. For Yakima, seasonal and hazy for Wednesday and Thursday. We'll have thunderstorm chances going up for Friday and Saturday, and maybe the return of 80s by Monday and Tuesday. For Hermiston, seasonal and dry through Friday, a small thunderstorm chance for Saturday, and cooling off for Sunday and beyond. Then for Walla Walla, we'll also have that small thunderstorm chance for Saturday, low to mid 90s through Sunday, but how about some mid to upper 80s by next week?
In entertainment news, the stars showed out at the premiere for another book-turned-movie, the anticipated It Ends With Us.
I'm so excited for this. So Blake Lively plays the main character, and her husband Ryan Reynolds was there with her to help her celebrate the new movie last night. And Lively's vintage Versace gown is one that Britney Spears wore back in 2002.
The movie is about a florist caught between past and current loves. It Ends With Us is in theaters Friday.
That is a beautiful dress. I like it.
I love that one.
And also, father-son duo Eugene and Dan Levy could make a return together next month. The stars are reportedly in talks to host the Emmy Awards.
So they've both presented at award shows before and even guest hosted Ellen together. The 76th annual Emmy Awards air on ABC on September 15th.
That would be a good duo. Yes, yeah. I like it.
And now to another awards show. For a second year in a row, Taylor Swift is leading the MTV Video Music Award nominations. Big surprise, right?
Swift's new songs and music videos have earned her 10 nods.
Other top nominees include Post Malone with 9 nominations, Ariana Grande and Eminem with 6, and Megan Thee Stallion and SZA with 5 each.
The 2024 MTV Video Music Awards are on September 10th at 5 p.m. I didn't even realize how many award shows are still coming up. There's like a good chunk at the beginning of the year, like March-ish, and then takes a break, and then we get back into them. So yes. I haven't watched any since I was a kid, though.
No?
No,
haven't
just the
practiced
highlights.
Your speech for the next...
my speech?
Yeah. I used to do that as a kid.
I always get caught up on Good Morning Northwest. How about that?
Oh. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6:30, residents in West Richland voted on whether marijuana shops can open within city limits. That was in yesterday's primary election. So is it being approved so far or being rejected? We'll have the latest numbers coming up.
Plus, Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz are officially the Democratic nominees. We have more details coming up in your political news, and we'll be right back after this.
Hello, I'm Alan Brecky from Alan Brecky Law Office. Community safety has been our law firm's #1 priority. We're a dedicated team of professionals committed to keeping our neighborhoods and other public places safe for everyone in the Tri-Cities and surrounding communities.
The GOAT is in town. The Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days welcomes Martina McBride. Cody Beebe and the Crooks will warm up the stage on August 28th before she sings her hit songs like
My baby loves me just the way that I am. Let freedom ring.
Pick up your tickets today. The GOAT is happening for 5 full days at the Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days, August 28th to September 1st at the Fairgrounds in Walla Walla.
The savings continue with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Save $20 on a Coleman 4-person Skydome tent, now just $49.99. Save on a Yoli Klamath Easy Lift 10x10 canopy. Purina Layina 40-pound crumble or pellet feed is just $14.99. Plus, spring and summer apparel is up to 50% off. Find our latest mailer online or pick one up in store today at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest, homegrown, honest values.
Columbia Ability Alliance needs your support August 7th and 8th during the Giving Blitz. Your donations unlock matching sponsor funds, maximizing impact for those with disabilities and barriers. Text BLITZ to 44834 or visit ColumbiaAbilityAlliance.com/blitz to donate.
We are celebrating a new chapter at Shelby's Floral, and we're now open at our brand new building on Clearwater in Kennewick. For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. And now, we hope you will join us for the grand opening of our new store on Friday, August 16th at 11 a.m. Enjoy a light snack, door prizes, and raffle giveaways as we cut the ribbon and open our doors to a world of floral wonders. Shelby's Floral. Experience the magic of flowers, crafted every day with care and creativity.
Board-certified family medicine provider Dr. Michael Adling is now caring for patients of all ages at Prosser Memorial Health's Benton City Clinic. His services include annual physicals and preventative care, well child exams, the treatment of cold and flu, acute illnesses, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Adling, call the Benton City Clinic at 509-588-4075. Or to learn more about his services, visit prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
While you're enjoying the rest of summer and getting ready for school and fall sports, be mindful of air quality. Also, traffic and water safety. Call us if you're injured.
Call 735-0546 to find out what your rights are under the law.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Josh, it has been a little bit cooler, not in the triple digits. So, I mean, I've been enjoying that.
So cooler in the morning, and then by the middle of the day, way too hot still.
Yeah, that's typically how it goes. Thankfully, we do have some relief on the horizon, so that's something to look forward to. But unfortunately, we're still going to be hot. Not triple digit
I'll
level
take that.
hot,
yeah,
but still hot over the next 4 to 5 days. And then beyond that, it gets a little bit more interesting. Okay, right now you're taking a live look at the Dust Devils Stadium in Pasco. Plenty of haze up in the sky, and overall we're going to see more haze and smoke as opposed to yesterday. Right now, temperatures are mostly in the 50s and 60s. It's 57 for the Tri-Cities, 65 for Toppenish, 62 for Connell. So there are locations this morning where you will need the light jacket, but a little bit later today, it's going to be all t-shirt weather as we'll end up pretty seasonal, if not a few degrees actually above average for this time of the year. Here's the bottom line for the forecast moving forward. We'll have more widespread haze today as opposed to yesterday. Thunderstorm chances will return by Friday, likely peaking into Saturday. And there are those cooler temperatures that I was alluding to just a couple seconds back. That will be coming into next week. But in terms of today, in terms of how hot we are, how dry we are, I'll show you just how dry vegetation is looking today. And I'll touch more on that fire start risk. And that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting on this half hour off in political news, Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz are officially Democratic nominees for President and Vice President of the United States.
The party made the announcement yesterday after Harris was the only candidate to qualify for the ballot.
Harris and Walz held their first campaign rally together in Philadelphia following the anticipated announcement of Walz as Harris's running mate.
Since the day that I announced my candidacy, I set out to find a partner who can help build this brighter future. So Pennsylvania, I'm here today because I found such a leader. Governor Tim Walz of the great state of Minnesota.
The Harris-Walz campaign raised more than $20 million yesterday.
Turning now to yesterday's primary election, Washington voters were asked to vote on several propositions, and we have the current vote tallies.
In West Richland, residents voted on Proposition 1. That's whether marijuana shops can open up within West Richland city limits. Now, we've been covering this topic for about a year now, so 55% of voters are saying no to not allow the shops, while 45% have said yes. But not all ballots have been counted, so these results are subject to change.
And take a look at this. We've got a lot of fire districts who have asked for help with funding. Looking now at Benton County, Franklin County, and Walla Walla County. Proposition 1 in Benton County District 2, 61% of voters voted to approve it. Proposition number 1 in Franklin County, 55% of voters are rejecting this at last check. Turning to Walla Walla County in District 4 for Prop 1, 63% of voters said yes. And Walla Walla County Fire District 5 Prop 1 has 56% of voters rejecting the authorization for a single-year permanent levy lid lift.
Now for Yakima County, there are 3 fire districts voting on levy lid lifts. For Yakima County Fire District 1, 67% approve Prop 1. Yakima County Fire District 4, 63% approve Prop 1. And lastly, Yakima County Fire District 12, 64% approval. And you can head to applevalleyNewsNow.com for more election results.
And more news out of Yakima. Starting Thursday, the new city manager will be taking over operations in the city of Yakima. Vicki Baker sworn into her new position at Monday night's council meeting.
Baker's previous experience includes owning and operating local businesses, serving as Yakima County Commissioner, and several years as Deputy Director for the Yakima Valley Conference of Governments.
I'm going to work very hard for you to bring to life your strategic priorities that you put in place to have a safe, resilient, thriving, and engaged Yakima.
Baker says she's going to be meeting with residents and local businesses to learn more about what's going on in the community. Making a difference now, the Boys and Girls Club of Benton and Franklin counties are stepping into the upcoming school year in style with some help from Kohl's.
5 Pasco Clubhouse and 5 Kennewick Clubhouse middle schoolers were each given $100 from the $1,000 grant provided by Kohl's. With the grant, the 10 kids went shopping for new clothes, shoes, backpacks, and accessories. The middle school coordinator for the Pasco Clubhouse says this is the first year the clubhouse partnered up with Kohl's. She says the opportunity helps the kids get over some first day of school jitters.
I think first day of school, you get really nervous. We have some youth here today that are homeschooled, and it gives them an opportunity to feel confident and more secure, and also they feel very cared for as well.
Officials say they hope they can do this next year and help more kids have confidence on their first day of school. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Debbie is continuing to wreak havoc across the country. We have the latest on the Category 1 hurricane.
But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Culberth will have your local weather forecast.
Stacy Lee, KapKView First Alert Weather. Watch tonight.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic, don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else. Ironic. Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less. That's ironic. Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Traffic jam. Ugh, and I'm already late.
The savings continue with Hot August specials in Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Save $30 on a Winchester 18-gun cabinet, now just $149.99. PMC 5.56 62-grain ammo is just $9.99. Plus buy more and save with digital rebates on Chevron 15W40 diesel oil. Buy 3 gallons and save $10. Buy 6 gallons and save $25. Save now store-wide with our latest savings book only at Bi-Mart.
When it comes to your health, timing is everything. Health First Urgent Care is your reliable healthcare solution, locally owned and operated, providing care to our community. With locations in Pasco and Richland, we're open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. No need to wait in long lines or rush to the ER for minor concerns. At Health First Urgent Care, we've got you covered with on-site x-rays and short wait times. Your health is our priority. Walk-ins are welcome. You can get the care you need when you need it. Health First Urgent Care, because your well-being comes first.
Hey, Tri-Cities! It's Eric the Peanut Guy with your Tri-City Dust Devils. Join the fun at Giza Stadium this Friday, August 9th, as we indulge in a family feast night. $2 hot dogs, soft drinks, and more, thanks to the Tri-Cities Airport. Saturday, August 10th, your Dust Devils will play as the Viñeros de Tri-City and end the game with a magnificent fireworks show brought to you by IBEW 112 and NICA. Visit the official ticket site at DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It will blow you away.
When you get hurt on the job, you never know if you're going to get paid by Labor and Industries. Let Bothwell and Hamill fight on your behalf for your workers' comp. We can often increase your compensation. The sooner you call us, the better. If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
Joan, what are your must-haves in a man?
I'm very picky about a man being a gentleman, somebody who's generous, and also somebody who's humble.
Whoever that guy is, we want you to be happy.
I want to propose a toast. Thank you so much for all your support. You guys have been the best family in the world. I'm not here to replace Dad. I just want our family to be whole again. Cheers to a great adventure.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's take a temperature tour out there as we are in the 50s to the 70s in Kittitas County. That big range, of course, the cooler air up in the Cascades and some warmer air down below in more of the basin environment. We're in the 50s and 60s for the Yakima Valley, 56 for Sunnyside, 65 for Union Gap, 62 degrees for Yakima. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, we're also seeing 50s and 60s, 57 for the Tri-Cities, 65 for Benton City, 62 for Prosser. So there are several locations out there this morning where you might need a light jacket, including within the foothills of the Blues. Also 50s and 60s, much cooler up into the Blue Mountains proper as we're into the 40s for places like Meacham and Ukiah. A little bit later today, it will be a hot one. Again, we'll have some pretty seasonal high temperatures, if not a few degrees above average for this time of the year. Also, the haze will be much more noticeable as opposed to yesterday. And speaking of smoke, let's talk fires now. Here's today's fire start potential. Today's vegetation dryness with the 100th percentile being the driest fuels on record. We're going to be into the 84th percentile for Kittitas and Yakima counties, into the 81st percentile for the lower Columbia Basin, and then into the 85th percentile for the Blue Mountains. Now, thankfully, the winds aren't going to be that strong for today. We don't have any lightning in the forecast for today or tomorrow, but lightning chances will be going up, especially into the weekend. I'll show you some of those chances coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Looking at weather across the nation now, Tropical Storm Debbie is slamming the southeast with heavy rain after making landfall in Florida as a Category 1 hurricane on Monday.
At least 6 people have been killed in Florida and Georgia. And the footage on your screen now shows Debbie causing a gas station's roof to collapse in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Now this morning, Debbie continues slowly moving through the southeastern coastline, bringing with it historic rainfall. After heading into the Atlantic Ocean, Debbie is expected to regain strength and reverse course and head back to South Carolina. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we'll have more in your consumer news. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. Amazing offers on the best-selling trucks in America for 47 years. Don't wait. Get the deal you can't miss. Lease a 2024 F-150 STX Super Crew for just $399 a month. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Bull riding, the perfect fusion of strength, skill, and pure willpower. Professional bull riders aren't just athletes. They're daredevils with cowboy souls. Come experience the true modern West, where 8 seconds of glory will create a lifetime of memories. It's the PBR Challenger Series. PBR Kennewick at Toyota Center September 6th and 7th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com, PBR.com, and the box office. Hold on tight. The ride of your life is about to begin. The savings continue with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Save $20 on a Coleman 4-person Sky Dome tent, now just $49.99. Save on a Yoli Klamath Easy Lift 10x10 canopy. Purina Layina 40-pound crumble or pellet feed is just $14.99. Plus, spring and summer apparel is up to 50% off. Find our latest mailer online or pick one up in-store today at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest. Homegrown. Honest values.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points. The Tempur Adapt features innovative technology, so you get deep, undisturbed rest all night long.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
There are those who factor, and those who don't. Nothing this good comes this easy.
Except Factor.
Fresh, never frozen meals ready in 2 minutes.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales event is on. Amazing offers, like the Built Wild Bronco family. Get the deal you can't miss. Lease a 2024 Bronco Sport Big Bend for just $369 a month, only at your local Ford dealer.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at AppleValleyNewsNow.com and our mobile apps.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In consumer news, summer vacations are winding down as Americans are heading back to school and getting into those busy fall routines. But if you're still looking to book an end of summer trip, you might be able to land a last-minute deal.
However, experts say there are certain destinations you might want to avoid. Here's ABC's Michelle Franzen with what to consider.
Airlines are back up and running after many American summer trips were disrupted by the CrowdStrike outage that grounded planes around the world.
Airlines have recovered, but we are also about to enter hurricane season.
If you're looking to sneak in a getaway before the summer's out, take into account the potential for severe weather in places like the Caribbean and Florida.
But it's hard to predict. If you see a great price, make sure you tack on a flexibility or a cancel for any reason option, or even a disruption assistance program, so that if you do face one of those unexpected tropical storms or hurricanes, you have the option to change your trip, get a refund for your trip, or get a different flight home if yours gets canceled.
Experts say there are deals to be had for last-minute summer travel.
We're still seeing airfare under $100 round trip from U.S. cities to Charleston, Denver, Orlando, and on international routes. Airfare to Europe, for example, is under $550 per round trip ticket for destinations like Copenhagen, Dublin, and Barcelona.
But don't wait any longer to book your airfare.
Typically, if you're booking a last minute trip, the last 2 weeks before departure is when prices will skyrocket. This is because airlines know that if you're booking that last minute, you probably aren't very flexible and they can charge a higher price for that seat. And because many of those flights may be sold out.
Flexibility to fly midweek could save you a chunk of change.
Take Europe, for example. If you can travel midweek, say depart on a Tuesday or Wednesday, return the following Monday or Tuesday, you can save as much as $430 per round trip ticket. Those Thursday or Friday to Sunday trips will be very expensive, but if you can sneak some of those weekdays in, that's where the best prices are.
Michelle Franzen, ABC News, New York.
Keep it here. We've got the morning sprint up next.
But first, here's what's coming up on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, vacation scam alert.
It was just a mistake on my part that was almost could have been a really costly one.
Barbie Dacey was looking forward to a Caribbean vacation, but when she tried to call customer service to confirm her trip, she says she instead ended up on the line with a scammer.
Then when the man said that the payment needed to be made via wire transfer within the next hour, a red flag kind of went off, and I thought, okay, that doesn't seem right.
The FTC has now issued a warning saying scammers are often lurking behind fake accounts trying to steal travelers' information.
Always know that you're dealing with someone who you've contacted through a legit channel, through their website, through their app. Don't respond to someone who's reached out to you through an unexpected or unsolicited message.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the expert tips travelers need to spot a scam the moment it happens. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Ault, ABC News, New York.
Asthma.
It can make you miss out on those epic hikes with friends. Step back out there with Fasenra. Fasenra is an add-on treatment for eosinophilic asthma that is taken once every 8 weeks. Fasenra helps prevent asthma attacks. Most patients did not have an attack in the first year. Fasenra is proven to help you breathe better so you can get back to doing day-to-day activities. And Fasenra helps lower the use of oral steroids. Fasenra is not for sudden breathing problems or other eosinophilic conditions. Allergic reactions may occur. Don't stop your asthma treatments without talking with your doctor. Tell your doctor if your asthma worsens. Headache and sore throat may occur. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. Get back to better breathing. Get back to what you've missed. Ask your doctor about Fasenra, the only asthma treatment taken once every 8 weeks. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Now, the Morning Sprint.
Time is now 6:49. Time for your 6 o'clock morning sprint.
We start in your national headlines this morning. Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz are officially Democratic nominees for President and Vice President of the United States.
The party made the announcement after Harris was the only candidate to qualify for the ballot. Harris and Walz held their first campaign rally together in Philadelphia following the anticipated announcement of Walz as Harris's running mate.
In your business headlines this morning, price hikes have been announced for Disney+, Hulu, and ESPN+. Beginning October 17th, U.S. subscribers to Disney+ will have to pay $2 more per month for its plans.
Meanwhile, Hulu's ad-supported plan will also increase $2 a month, and its ad-free plan will rise by $1. And ESPN+ will also rise by $1 per month.
And in your health headlines this morning, the Benton Franklin Health District released the most recent results of a water sample test which detected toxins at Leslie Grove Swim Beach and Howard Amon Park in Richland.
Reminder that toxic algae can be harmful to your health and deadly for your pets. BFHD says August is the peak season for toxic blooms, especially in the Columbia River. So do keep that in mind, and we'll notify you when things change.
The EPA has issued an emergency suspension of DCPA, also known as Dacthal. It's an herbicide used to control weeds in grasses and crops, particularly greens like kale and broccoli. This comes after the agency cited a serious risk to pregnant women and their unborn babies who are exposed to it.
The exposure can alter fetal thyroid hormone levels, result in low birth weight, and cause other developmental issues. The agency said levels may remain unsafe for 25 days or more after application. And the EPA plans to issue a notice of intent to cancel DCPA products within the next 90 days. And now here are the top 5 local stories you need to know this morning. Starting off, initial vote counts are coming in from yesterday's primary election. The top 2 candidates in each race will advance to the general election in November. Among the choices on the ballot was Washington's governor, Washington Congressional District 4 seat, and a number of local propositions. And we've got the latest results on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
The city of Richland is starting road preparations today for this year's microsurfacing pavement preservation project. Microsurfacing is a mixture similar to a slurry seal that helps extend the life of existing asphalt and seal it from the effects of water and sun. Residents will be given notices before work is done on their particular streets, and no parking signs will be posted a few days before.
Today, the Columbia Ability Alliance has launched its first ever Giving Blitz. It's raising money to help support people with disabilities and barriers. The campaign went live at midnight, and the goal is to raise $50,000 through the 48-hour campaign. You can give on the Columbia Ability Alliance's website or by texting BLITZ to 44834.
It's county fair season. In Oregon, the Umatilla County Fair starts today. It's taking place at the fairgrounds in Hermiston through Saturday. It includes a concert series, 4-H, FFA, and open class exhibitions, family entertainment, and vendors. The fair starts at 10 a.m. each day.
And the Yakima Valley Fair and Rodeo also starts today. The fair features a 4-H and FFA youth livestock competition. Also, there will be a sale, an open class barn, and lots of vendors and entertainment. The event starts at 8 this morning and it runs through Saturday.
All right, check this out. A Washington state couple made a public plea last week asking for a lost package to be returned, and it worked.
Ooh, so that's, it wasn't just an Amazon order, it was something priceless. World War II war medals. Wow. It contained Earl Glenn's father's World War II mementos, and his wife, Lorraine Glenn, marked the package missing with UPS and even filed a police report.
Last week, they made the plea to the public just 1 week after the story was broadcasted, and the missing package was inevitably returned.
It included a Bronze Star, which is awarded to soldiers for outstanding service in a combat zone. Also, medals accompanied by the American flag presented at the funeral, and a patch issued to members of the Destroyer Battalion during World War II.
Oh.
Wow.
It's a mystery how it came back to them, but that's so
Yeah, we didn't hear how it got back to them, but my goodness, you would not want to lose that.
I know. I'm so happy for
Very
them.
priceless.
Yeah, all's well that ends well. And our weather, if you think of the story ending in 7 days from now, well, that story is going to end well, I think, in terms of the temperatures. It looks like we're going to be trending a little bit cooler, but today is going to be another hot one, and it's going to be much hazier as opposed to what we saw just yesterday as you take a live look at Kennewick. So for today, more haze. The heat's going to be pretty on par for this time of the year. We'll be a few degrees above average for this time of the year. Most of us ending up in the 90s, though. We'll have light winds. Then for tonight, the winds stay light. The haze and the smoke situation is going to stay the same, and overnight lows dropping down into the 60s. So just about what we're seeing for this morning. So afternoon highs are going to hold pretty steady for Thursday, into Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Not a whole lot of movement. In fact, if there is movement, it's only by 1 whole degree. But into Monday and Tuesday, much cooler. Now, let's get this very clear, all right? 89 degrees is still very, very warm, borderline hot, but at least it's not 97 or 98, so we'll just have to take those small little victories as they come, especially in the dog days of summer. Now, we'll be dry for today, we'll be dry for Thursday, but we do have these little thunderstorm chances for Friday through Tuesday. But models are starting to coalesce around Saturday as being the most favorable day for thunder and lightning and maybe even some fire starts. So we'll have to monitor that potential very closely. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We'll have haze thinning into tomorrow. A little thunderstorm chance for Saturday, cooler by Monday and Tuesday. For Yakima, seasonal and hazy for Wednesday and Thursday. Thunderstorm chances going up for Friday and Saturday, and we'll have the return of the 80s by Monday and Tuesday. For Hermiston, will be seasonal and dry through Friday, a small thunderstorm chance for Saturday, and then cooling off for Sunday and beyond. Finally, for Walla Walla, we'll have a small thunderstorm chance as well for Saturday. Low to mid 90s through Sunday, but how about some mid to upper 80s by next week?
All's well that ends well. I'm looking forward to 85.
Yes, very much.
Thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.